This is it. Okay, we are recording, and this is the Las Vegas Triathlon Club member spotlight, the very first video conversation member spotlight, and how fitting it is to do this with Luigi. This is so great. I have Bob Gamble here co-hosting this. I'm actually going to turn the mic over to Bob and have Bob do a nice introduction of Luigi.
You ready?
Yes.
Yeah, like John said, today we're really lucky to have Luigi Grullon with us. And besides being the male 2019 Point Series champion, he competes in races from sprint all the way to Ironman. He's done everything in between. And again, he was our points champion, series champion for 2019. And we've got a bunch of questions for him. So it's good to pick somebody's brain like Luigi. Like we said, he's a cornerstone of our club. He's one of the the mainstays of our club, and we're really glad to have him here tonight. So anyway, Luigi, you there? You with us?
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody being safe and stay safe. Thanks, guys, for the opportunity.
Okay, first of all, Luigi, how do you pronounce your name? And I'm sure I got it wrong. You say it right.
Grullon. Grullon. Yeah.
And where are you from originally? Where's
Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic. North side of Dominican Republic, a town called Monte by the coast.
All right. And what brought you to Vegas? And how do you like it here?
I love Vegas. Can do a sport all year round. Great community. To be doing sport. I used to live in Providence, Rhode Island, before I moved to Vegas.
Oh, Rhode Island. Oh,
yeah. My brother brought me here to Vegas. 1999.
Oh, good.
I moved to Vegas.
No, I also got to say that you're unlike the rest of us. We all look like shaggy dogs here. We haven't had a haircut in 2 months, and here you are with a clean shaven and clean, short haircut.
Oh no. That's because I don't grow anything.
All right, yeah. How long have you been doing this? You've been doing triathlon for quite a while.
Since 2000. I started doing triathlon.
You've been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, you don't get injured very often.
I try not to. Try to listen to my body and push it too much. One of the reasons is I don't do unrealistic schedule of races on my calendar. So I do races only when I feel that I'm ready. Most of the time I don't sign up on ahead of time.
Just based on how you feel, you sign up for it.
Yes, because I like to rush my training. Because I just sign up for a race, and that's when a lot of people that don't have a background, that's a lot of people get in because I already signed up before. I have an injury, but I'm gonna have to do it because I already signed up, and that's when everything starts going downhill. I know you say money saving ahead of time on races, but it's also it's a risk. If you're not ready to doing and go and do the race when you don't have enough time. Some people sign up for Iron, they train for 2 months, for 3 months, and then they go walk the whole marathon and this and that, and then they have to take 4 months off of that because they get messed up. Yeah. I try to avoid that.
Luigi, smart people learn from their mistakes, and even smarter people learn from other people's mistakes. And every time I've ever gotten injured, every single time, it was because I'm trying to get ready for a race, and I'm pushing myself to get ready for a particular race. So, that's really, really great advice as far as, and I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to just train for the love of training and riding and swimming and biking. And then when I feel like doing a race, do it. Because what you just said, the way you stay injury-free by not pushing yourself to get ready for a race, that's smart. I appreciate it. What did you start from? What sport did you start from?
Baseball.
Nah, that's not one of the three legs. How about
Yeah.
triathlon? Really, you were a baseball player?
Yeah. I got into triathlon. I was a member at ABAC, Las Vegas Athletic Club,
Uh-huh.
and I used to take a lot of group fitness classes and stuff. And this guy used to have a boot camp class, an instructor, and he will have like triathlon class on every Saturday in the gym. You swim in the gym, bike on the stationary bike in the gym, and then run outside. And I used to take most of his classes, and he invited me to take his triathlon class. And he asked, "Can you swim?" And I said, "Yes." Okay, come by Saturday then. That's how I start doing triathlon inside the gym.
That's really rare. Most people come from a biking background or a running or a swimming background, and you came from a triathlon background, doing all three from the start, getting started in them.
Yeah.
That's
from
cool.
Baseball.
That's different.
From baseball, yeah.
That's awesome.
But I used to run a lot. My run always was decent because I used to run a lot as a baseball player. I was a pitcher.
Yeah.
So I was, always doing heel repeats, running, sprinting on the sand, running long, times a week. A lot of running.
Okay, but
so
wait a second. Well, what's your favorite baseball team then?
You'd be Boston. Well, Big Papi was there and Pedro Martinez.
There you go.
I don't anymore too much because all the professional players that they got too greedy, too much money. They it's not about the sport anymore. It's getting ridiculous. I lose motivation when watching it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It certainly has changed over the years. So, but
yeah.
How about with pro triathlon? Do you pay attention to any pro triathletes or any of that development?
I watch. Yeah. I search sometimes on Facebook, and I keep who's on top and who's doing good, and but I don't pay attention too much to what they do for training because it doesn't how you say it's not convenient for me to follow those kind of training that.
Yeah.
So that's also another recommendation. Like, don't follow somebody else's training because it's maybe not going to help you at all. Yeah.
Yep.
No, that's a great point. You're right, because they're following a regime for their benefit, for their schedule, and it doesn't necessarily apply to what you do or what I do. But no, that's a great point.
Yeah, and that's their living, and they're doing it, sun up to Sunday. They don't have
they have years of building to get where they are.
Yeah.
To do those huge training blocks that they do, and if you go and try to do it, done. Not good.
Okay, hey John, you want to open this up, see if anybody in the club has any questions for Luigi?
Yeah. I'm watching Facebook Live in case anyone jumps on with a question. So I'm curious, Luigi. Like, you travel to races, but when you go to a race, what do you look for when you're picking a race to compete in? Do you look course-wise? Do you look for something hilly? Do you look flat? Do you like warm weather, cold weather? How do you go about selecting a race?
I like a little warm, not hot, but warm. Like right now, Indian Wells, I know it's cold in the water, stuff like that, but when you get out of the water, if you good on kind of weather, it's perfect.
Yeah.
The course is good. The bike is flat. The running is a little challenge. It's rolling course and stuff like that. So I look up for that kind of course that is a little challenging to run because that's kind of my strength.
Yeah.
The bike also, rolling hill would be more convenient for me than flat. Because I got to make up from my swimming. So if it's flat, it's less chances for me to get some time back. So that's why I love St. George 70.3.
Man, your bike run combo is just awesome. I mean, it is really unmatched. I mean, that is certainly your strength. Uh, but yeah, so how about your proudest moment in racing?
What was that again? Sorry, break down a
What's
little bit.
your when you think back? You've been racing for over 20 years. What do you look back on
Yeah.
and say, "Oh, that was really I'm really proud of that moment."
My last, I think my last race on Punky Man,
Oh, yeah.
Really?
the sprint. Yeah, that's one of my favorite races. Yeah, Punky Man.
You climb well,
Everything
huh?
come together. Like when everything come together, like everything is perfect. That's one race. Like I push hard on the bike, like very hard out to run, and I had the best run ever of the bike that day. And those days you never forget. Like you wanna like when that's gonna happen again. When I'm gonna feel like that again. And you may don't. It's take a while till you see that in the performance again.
Did you do
So
the sprint, the Pumpkin Man sprint, or was it the Olympic?
The sprint.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
tough. It's
It's more special for me because when I started doing triathlon, I used to do Punky Man all the time. And there was several that I walk the run.
oh, I did too.
When I started, early 2000, I never even podium on my age group. It took me a while. It took me 13 years to get a podium, and I did Punky 5 times before that. So when I finally got it together, I was very happy about it.
Very good.
So that's another point. For a lot of newcomers to triathlon, don't get disappointed because you podium or you don't win your age group. Just keep improving. Your time will come, and you will have that day. Keep doing the work.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I started in 2000. I didn't get a podium until 2018. That doesn't mean you have to wait that long.
That.
You don't have to wait that long. It will happen. It will happen, and don't rush. Don't rush. Oh, focus on the swim.
Well, it is an amazing story. I mean, you go from baseball pitcher to elite triathlete, and your progression over the time. I think that's a great story. Okay, but you're talking about evaluating a race. Even when you get done with the race, how do you go back? What do you look back on the race and say, okay, that worked, that didn't work? Because you're right, there's so few races that everything comes together. So when you get done with the race, how do you go back and say, okay, yes, that was a success, or I got to work on this? What goes through your mind afterwards?
The most is the first moment when you get up on the bike. I go back to those times when I get out of the water, how I feel when I got on the bike. And that, start from the swim. I want to feel like that again. If I get out of the water and I feel weak on the bike, and take me a long time to get my legs going. So I know how to work on that transition. So a lot of people worry about bike run transition. But some people lose a lot of time in the race because they get out of the swim and they don't get their leg back like 5 miles to the race. So I go back to that, see how I felt on that race, and try to simulate that for my next race. So how I feel, when I get up on the bike, I know as soon as I get back on the first few steps, I know if I'm going to have a good run or not.
Yeah.
So I do a lot high run off my bike, especially if I have a sprint in the schedule, that I want to do.
That's great.
Always when I get back home and everything go down, I my race how it went through, and I training, So every time I go out, about how I did a race, and I work on that specific thing that I was. I recall that I was having problems during the race.
Yeah. So I know, you said you have to usually make up time getting out of the swim, and your bike run combo, like I said, is just fantastic. When you're biking, are you biking power, heart rate, RPE, or just perceived exertion, feeling it, or what are you using?
In the race, I don't have a foot meter. So for sprint and Olympic, I just go by feel.
Yeah, yeah.
And for sprint, this for 70.3, I think I use a heart rate for the first time 2018. Yeah, I probably started using heart rate like 3 years ago. Because I was not involved a lot in long distance races,
Yeah.
I started my first 70.3 was in 2015, 14. So 14 years I never use a heart rate on my races, but I do train with high rate.
Yeah.
A lot. I do. I really pay attention what my heart rate is doing on my training. But when I go on races, on a podium, I don't think you have a lot of time to be checking numbers.
Yeah.
But going back to power meter is the best tool that you can have proof as a cyclist. It's the best tool, even better than heart rate.
Yeah.
So heart rate can shift a lot, the environment and what you eat the night before, how you wake up, you eat. Your power always it's a good measurement to see how you can go.
That's good, and you obviously you use it in training. You said a lot. So I know when we're racing together, if we start the swim together, I know my goal is just to see how long I can hold you off before you blow by me. So that's always fun. That's my metric, is just keep pushing until Luigi catches me. Hey.
Well, it's fun because we help each other.
Yeah.
You make me better by doing that, because now I have to chase you harder. In every race is harder and harder and harder, and everybody improve at the same time. People don't understand how important are those Las Vegas Triathlon Club races that we do. It's very important, because we all live here. We know what we can do. And it pushes you to your limit. It pushes your comfort zone. They're very important, those races.
Well, that's why
I improve a lot.
That's why I love that you come to the Tri Club races, because that really is it's your good role model for people, and how to race hard, how to race with fun, and competition is good, and we all get better that way. So that I really appreciate that you come to Tri Club races. But I see Krista Keeler, she's asking, do you prefer short or long course then? Sprint, Olympic, or half, or even Ironman?
Right now, I prefer 70.3 half. I think they're getting fast. 70.3 now is like doing an Olympics, but not as hard, So you don't have to, when training for the 70, so much high intervals workouts, especially when you're getting into late 40s and stuff like that. You can get injury easy by doing that back-to-back hard training, So I prefer doing 70 right now. I love sprint too, but not to do it too often. Because you have to train hard for the sprint every time you go out there, Yeah.
What 70.3s did you have on your calendar at this point?
If everything open up, Indian Wells, I think that's probably the only shot that maybe we have for Ironman race this year. I think the way this is going, I don't know, see any race.
Yeah, this is a tough year, but okay. So Indian Wells, that's a good one.
Luigi, are you going to do Indian Wells 70.3 or the IM?
No, 70.3.
Well, there's
Ironman 7.3. Yeah.
Hits does a 70.3. There's if you've seen the Hits series, it's in October and it's a whole lot warmer, and it's the water is anyway. So I did
Which
that
one?
last year, and it was wonderful.
Which one?
It was the HITS 70.3, and that is in
Oh,
Indian Wells. It uses the
oh
same
yeah,
course, the same lake and the same course, but it's a month and a half earlier.
yeah, yeah. My goal for this year was qualify for World 70.3
Oh,
St.
okay.
George next year. So you had to do all the Ironman races to qualify. So
Right.
you know,
So Worlds 2021 St. George you're shooting for.
in May,
Yeah.
and I don't know if they're going to have 7 St. George in May and then have the awards in September. I don't know how they're going to play that for next year.
I know. I don't know what's going to happen. But World 70.3 is St. George in 2021, right? Isn't?
Yeah,
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah.
It's usually in September, right? So I don't want to do the early one in May as regular, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've got another question here from Facebook. Borm is asking about getting an indoor trainer for the bike. Would you recommend a direct drive or the friction kind? So something like a Wahoo where it connects to your chain. So just so everyone knows, the direct drive is the one where you take your rear wheel off and you put your chain on gears on the trainer, or for a friction trainer, you just put your tire on something that provides some resistance. What kind of trainer do you use?
I use, I have Cycle Ops,
Okay. So,
the friction one.
yep.
I have used both, and I think I have more benefit from the friction one.
Why is that?
It's you work more on your power. You know, you still can gears on your bike, but you work more on your power because you always have friction on the bike. It's not like, you know, the Wahoo, I think it's more for to connect to the virtual platform on internet, online, you know?
Right.
Because I don't know, you know, it's depends. I get more benefit from the friction one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When I go outside, I have to look down on my gear because it feels easy. And I look down, and I think I'm like on the gear 15, and I'm already in 11. I'm like, oh my God, you know, like when you do high gear on the vision, you really, really get a good progression from.
Yeah. Well, and the Cyclops was the gold standard for the longest time in terms of trainers. So
Yeah, before that, yeah.
yeah.
So your Cyclops is a smart trainer, the friction smart trainer?
No, it's just no. It's regular friction. I just tie that tire. I just tie the tire, and let's go. You know,
all right.
When you put a big chain ring on the front, and you go down on the 12 or the 11 on the back, and you push that, and you do intervals on that. You go outside. You're gonna see the difference. Yeah.
All right.
I like it. I love it. That is totally old school. I love it. But you're a hard worker. You just work hard, you train hard, you race hard. So that's neat to see that's reflected in your trainer. What?
Yeah, I you know, I ask a lot of people to join me to train sometimes, and I get a lot of denies, you know, because they think I train hard all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the case. You know, I do train hard. I do train hard, but not like every time I go out there. You know, like I say, I use a lot of on my training. I use my high rate.
Yeah.
I go on the bike. Like today, I went for 30 miles and never hit 140 on my high rate on the bike. Never. I didn't even touch the big ring on the front. It was just 30 miles easy, you know. And Sundays is my long run. It's also easy, 145 high rate, you know, easy pace. But when I do the intervals, I really do it hard because I go into the interval fresh. By doing my easy days, the words are supposed to do it easy. And that's a big problem with a lot of athletes. They they don't see the improvement because when they go to do the high sessions, they go into the hard session already fatigued. And they think that they're doing 100%, but they're not doing 100% because they're already fatigued. They're already tired. They're depleted. They're putting more stress in the body. And you can see the rise first for like a couple of weeks by doing that way, but then you hit a plateau and then it's take a long time. And that's why you see people changing coaches. Oh, that coach don't work for me, but it's not a coach. They do too much work and then it's accumulate. That hurt them.
No, that's a great point. Now, how do you space out your hard bike, hard run, and hard swim? Like, how do you do them all on consecutive days, or do you space them out during the week?
I pace them up. I pace them, and I do the volume. When I have a high volume, I don't go hard. Short volume, I go. You know, I try to bring it like race pace and sometimes higher than race pace, or like on the run. I bike hard sometimes, and I go for whatever between 2 miles to 4 miles at race pace. As soon as I hit the road, I try to hit my goal race pace that I want to do. Yeah. You know, it's the pain, John. Like we're not young anymore, right? I'm gonna be 45 in August. If I do 3 workouts in a row hard, I'm gonna feel it, and I can get injury. So I always do like maybe if I have a hard training day, the day before is easy, hard day, and then the after that another easy day. You know, but swim you can go hard. It's not gonna hurt you, you know, but it's gonna hurt your central nervous system because you're still going hard. So you know, everybody is different.
Yeah, no, and I love that you talk about the age because I do think that that's a factor that, because I'm older too. you got to think about it, and you got to figure out what works and what doesn't. But no, I think you're spot on. Is that too many people try to go hard all the time, and either they get injured or they end up just doing moderate pace anyhow because they're just too tired. They can't go hard.
Yeah, I see people. They have a race and they go out there. They have a race on supposed example like a Saturday or Sunday, and they go like on a Wednesday and do a break, 30-mile bike and an 8-mile run.
Yeah.
You know? If you go hard on that, you're not going to, you see you recover. Oh, I have 4 days to recover. No, you're not. As soon as you go hard on the race, that body's going to feel that. You're going to feel that you did 4 days back. And I seen a lot of people, that's what they do, man. When they go to the races, they go to the races tired, fatigue. And when they want to push the body, it's not going anywhere. Yeah, and a lot of people do a lot of too long training, too much volume. And they forget to do the intensity days. So when you know, we know that when we age, we lose speed. And if you don't work on the speed, it's gonna come to you faster. You're gonna lose it faster. So you have to delete that. You have to delete a little bit by doing your intervals.
No, that is spot on, and that's great advice. And yes, as we get older, we do lose that speed. It's harder to keep, especially on the run. Well, how about this? What new equipment are you looking for this year? New running shoes? What kind of are you wearing the carbon shoes or what?
John, true story. I just got a pair of shoes today on the UPS. Okay, I think the shoes are like 10 years old because there's those Zoot they're marked. $150. This is good. $150. That was a sale price. They have it on sale because they all as hell for $29. $29.
Oh,
yes. So, you know, I got it, and they feel good on my feet. You know, I would love to buy expensive stuff and the last technology, but I don't think that necessarily make you faster triathlete.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think the Nike $350 shoes are gonna make you better runner.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know,
Yeah, run technique is
run
sort of,
technique,
it's more important
consistency,
than the shoes. Yeah.
yeah, consistency and form and doing your balance workouts, doing your core. You know, you don't get better runner as by doing more running. You get more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Running economy get better, but you don't get better by doing that. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what people um, do. You know, oh, I want to get better on running. I gotta go 50 miles every week.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
and I know core training is a big part of what you do, and I appreciate that. You know, you posted a lot of videos on different exercises that you do, and and I think especially as you get older, I think that's important. I think I'm guilty of not doing as much of it, but it's it's just finding that time and building it into your regular schedule.
yeah. But you know, going back to the shoes, I don't think sometimes the more comfortable shoes are the best shoe for some people to run on it. You know, and
Yep.
some people have too much cushion. It's not good for you to run.
Right.
I don't think it is. That's a lot of people get ankle injuries and Achilles injury because they have too much cushion on the shoes,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have that support. You don't have that drive from the big toe when you hit the floor because you don't. It's too much cushion. It's not good. So you gotta find a balance between that, you know, and what is comfortable and what is efficient for you.
No, that's spot on. And actually, I'm lining up a person from the shoe industry to do a video conversation, hopefully either next week or the week after. So that'll be fun to get some insight from the shoe companies. So
Yeah, yeah.
there's such a range of shoes right now. It's
It's
not easy.
crazy. It's crazy, man.
Yeah. All right. So Luigi, I love talking with you. I love racing with you. You're a great competitor, great friend. I see you supporting people all the time. You've been a great support of me. You've helped me out in races, and it's always great to race with you. I don't say race against you, but it is fun to race with you.
I feel like I'm racing against you, John.
It is just, it's fun to see such a high level of athlete as you doing our local races. And so really super proud that you're our Las Vegas Tri Club male overall point series winners from 2019. And who knows, hopefully we have some races this year. And
Hopefully we got some races to put the club on top, you know, and in the national ranks. And that's the goal, you know,
yeah,
represent. One thing, John, when I started the sport, I didn't have anybody around me to help me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why if I would have somebody from the beginning, probably my swimming would have been better. And that, but who knows? I probably make it very, very athlete or worse, whatever, you know. But by not having anybody at the beginning of the sport, is not good.
Yeah.
So I tell everybody that's coming in now, try to find a group or athlete that help you. Try, you know, like right now the club is huge. A lot of people knows about it. I didn't know there was a triathlon club here in Vegas when I started.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't have the media and all the stuff by then, you know, 20
Mm-hmm.
years ago, but it would be a big advantage. You know, I wouldn't have go through all the mistakes that I did by knowing people and being close to people and pay attention to what other people are doing, you know. So that's one of my recommendations. Like if you're coming up now as triathlete, find a group, find people, look for people. Don't let your ego drive you, you know. Oh, I don't need anybody. I can do this by myself. It took me 13 years to get a podium.
Yep.
Because I was doing it by myself, you know. I didn't know. It took me 13 years until I get to California in 2011, and I joined a group of triathletes, and they helped me a lot, tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
So don't let your ego, oh, I do it by myself. I don't need anybody to tell me how to run or all this and that. I'm just going to go on bike. No, it's going to take you longer that way. Find somebody and let people help you and enjoy the group. Ask what you know, what people are meeting for running, for biking. Join cycling groups. They help a lot on my bike. riding with strongest cyclists. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't get afraid to get dropped on the bike. Just go out there. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah.
I love it. What a great message. That is just, that's fantastic. And we've got such a great endurance community here because you're a big part of that. And I really enjoy our endurance community here in Vegas. It's great. So this was great to, get you on a member spotlight. So Bob, thanks for organizing this. And I think we could probably talk all night, but we probably need to just, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream and just thank you and thank everyone who listened in, and I'll post a video later as well.
Thank you. Cool. Thank you, John, for putting this together. And Bob, you guys are amazing. What you're doing for the sport here in town and helping people coming up and always giving support to the community and keeping everybody safe and giving good advice all the time. That's pretty good, man. We're lucky to have you guys like you here in town. People don't know how much value is that, and we really appreciate you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Luigi.
Okay, I'm going to stop the live stream. Thanks so much.
All right. Okay.
Later.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Bye.
So now we're off Facebook. Luigi, that was great. That was
Thank
great.
you, guys. I get nervous sometimes.